There is one marketing channel, one marketing strategy that is superior to all when it comes to one important message and metric: return on time. What marketing channel, message, whatever it is, right, will give you the greatest return on time? This is something that destroys probates, it destroys direct mail, destroys your SEO, PPC, whatever, right? Where you put in an hour and you get all these leads from only an hour of work. There's only one. Because if you cold call a list, right? I mean, cold calling's great, but there's a lot of cold calling out here where you'll go out here and call for an hour and you might get 1, 2, or 3 leads. You get an hour of work and get 15, 20 leads from something that we're about to talk about today. And so what this thing is digital bandit signs. And more importantly, I'm going to teach you guys today, we're going to teach you guys today exactly how you could start making over $250,000 a year, $250,000 a year from just posting digital bandit signs. You know what's my favorite thing about digital bandit signs?
What's that?
They cost no money.
That's awesome. That's our way.
That's our way. And so we're going to be talking about how to post digital bandit signs and exactly how you can go out here and start making a ton of money. So let's break this all down and let's share it. So first and foremost, you can be making a lot of money posting digital bandit signs. And I know for a fact that you are not posting digital bandit signs. Most people, they ain't doing it, right? They're always out here saying, oh, you know, and you can go out here and, oh, I want to make all this money wholesaling. And the dang truth here is you say you want to make all this money, but you are not doing any of the work. Okay. You're doing none of the work. And if you could just go out here and do a business where you can be posting digital bandit signs every single dang day, you're going to be making a ton of money. Okay. And a lot of people don't know how to do it the right way. Right. And so we're going to break down exactly today how you can start doing it, how you can become consistent with it and break it all down. Now, I don't want to say like, oh, you could be making this, like you could be making, 20 grand a month doing this. No, you are wasting $25,000 a month because you refuse to spend 15 minutes a day posting digital bandit signs, right? I like to look at you're wasting money because there's a sunk cost to this, right? If you're not pulling this list and doing the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I go out here and post the digital bandit signs. And so let's break this all down and share it. So again, from the top, digital bandit signs are the greatest ROI and ROT you can have in wholesaling real estate. Now, why is this the truth? Well, ROI, I mean, it costs $0 and you can make 20 grand. I mean, very hard to find something like that. Obviously, if you pull probates, skip trace it for free, call them. That's, again, a infinite ROI, but the return on time, this is another metric no one really talks about. Now, I'm telling you, it beats probates, government lists, direct mail, all these things. There's literally no better return on your time. And I know a majority of you guys out here aren't doing it and you're not posting it. And a lot of you guys are saying, well, they keep getting it taken down. It's because you are not doing it the correct way. And so we're going to share exactly today how you can start posting it the right way. Now, kind of talk about this from the beginning, what is a digital bandit sign? What are they, right? Well, we all know regular bandit signs, right? I mean, what's a regular bandit sign for everyone that doesn't know?
It's just a corrugated piece of plastic, 18 by 24. Yeah, I started out doing them. And to be honest with you, like I've done it a pretty long time in my career. So it's a physical, let's just call it a physical bandit sign. And 18 by 24, you put stakes in the ground and you put a message on there. The old school way was to get them printed. It was relatively cheap at the time. The costs are just out of control. So just to let you know, if you go out and you let someone ship it to your doorstep and stuff, on average, if you get 100 signs, it's going to cost you $300 to $400 for them. So there's better ways to do it now, but the problem is it's expensive. You have to pay for it, and you got to understand there's a limit in what you can do. And obviously you got to take your time out, and it takes a ton of time to put them out. And then you have to deal with, local enforcement, like, what are you doing? Putting them out. Some of the cities, it's flat out, it's just banned. And if you understand that, you'll understand what we're talking about today, because I didn't even know this existed before, the advent of social media. But it's basically predicated off the old school way of putting up a bandit sign. So what if you could do that same thing and virtually do it without ever leaving your home or your office or whatever you want to call it? That's the idea. So when we talk about return of time, I love like old school bandit signs, and they still work in local markets. You have to be careful to make sure it's like legally lawful. But here's the reality is it is a huge time suck. I'm not even going to lie to you. And so I did it. I started out doing a lot of those, but and they're not free. So $300 to $400 is a lot of money. Like last I checked, but it can cost you 3 to 5 hours of your time just putting them out. And let's not even talk about the risk factor. Like you're in like busy highways and you're out running around putting signs. Listen, we all do what we got to do to get by. But like, if you listen today, what if we took that same philosophy and put it on the internet and did the same thing? Because all I ever hear is, I have to pay for an ad. I have to do this. You don't have to do anything. So part of being a great wholesaler is use your marketing brain. And it's the ability to be resourceful. Just because everybody does it that way, you don't have to do what everybody else does. So if they do that, understand that you can actually take digital bandit signs and apply the same principle, the exact same thing, and do that. So
there we go. Exactly. So exactly what are digital bandit signs? So right, like a regular bandit sign, no, we buy ugly houses cash. You put them on the ground and they cost money. Well, this is the digital version of it. And you can basically do this online and post these bandit signs. Now, the cool part is they're free and they're pretty cool. Now, let me give everyone a fun fact. Does anybody know who in this room has posted digital bandit signs for over 19 years? There's some people in here. Rick's been posting digital bandit signs longer than you've been alive. True statement.
Yeah, no,
it's crazy. And so you've been posting digital bandit signs, and we'll get into exactly your first digital bandit signs. And it was kind of funny because you were mentioning that to me, right? You were mentioning that to me when AI was coming out. I said,
yeah.
Obviously, I can't do that because it's like before, ChatGPT, I'm not going to physically go out here and write them all myself. That's kind of annoying. And the way people were doing it wasn't working. And then we kind of came out with a new method. Then everyone started, selling courses on it. And so digital bandit signs are basically bandit signs, the we buy ugly houses signs, but you can post them digitally online. That's the cool part about that, right? You can post them digitally online. Now, the thing about it is maybe you don't even, some people don't like the word digital bandit sign. They go, oh, I got to post it online. Okay, I'm going to call it free Facebook ads. Is that better? All right. I can change the name. I can find an animal. Maybe the animals on here and we can call it the conch shell method. I don't really care. I can attach an animal. I can attach we have a dolphin. We can call it the dolphin method. Whatever makes you want to actually do it, I'll put whatever marketing gimmick to go make you do it. I don't really care. But these are legitimately free Facebook ads that you can be posting right now, but you're not doing. I guarantee 80% of everyone watching this hasn't consistently posted one digital bandit sign a day for the past year. Not one. And there's a reason why you're watching. It's like, oh, I want to make money. Well, if you want to make money, why don't you post them? It's insane. Bill says, found most of my deals with that method. It's true. But the problem is you guys aren't doing it. And so here's my biggest one. This is why a lot of people don't do it. Oh, I did that. I went on Facebook. I said, I buy houses cash. And no one called me. Well, duh. Everyone's I went on Craigslist, says, I buy a house for cash. And it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, of course it didn't work. Because you're doing digital bandit signs the way that 99% of wholesalers do it. You don't understand how the Facebook algorithm works. You don't understand how to game the system. And honestly, I could be selling you some dang course because I have secret knowledge about how you can game Facebook to start getting a ton of leads. You get 50,000 people looking at your digital bandit sign a day, but you refuse to do it the correct way because you refuse to go to freelisting.com. You refuse to go watch these streams and actually take action from the information you're being fed. Guys, if information was the main difference between a successful wholesaler and a non-successful wholesaler, you would all be millionaires. It's not the information that is going to be the determining factor. It's the implementation of action, which is going to show you how to do it. So you don't know how to game the system. So let's talk about, your first digital bandit sign 19, 20 years ago, right?
Mhm.
We had a guy or a gal, shall not be named, that was selling. I was showing people how to do digital bandit signs, right? About 4 years ago. And this person's lawyers came to us and they hit us with cease and desist, and they were trying to sue us because we were giving away protected secret knowledge. They said, you bought our $7,000 course and you are sharing that
remember
same information out. And do you know it's the one thing we do to get rid of any lawyer is you just got to prove them. And so we showed, well, Rick did this 19 years ago. And did you do this 19 years ago? And we have the proof still to this day. And so somebody said that they invented the method of going on social media or message boards or whatever on the internet to get inbound seller leads. That's what their claim was. And we showed exactly what you did 19. So what did you do 19 years ago that we don't invent? See, here's the thing. We don't claim that we are the owners of methods.
There was just less
information is free.
Yeah, it was just less social media available at the time.
So what was your first digital bandit signs?
The first time I did it was basically on a Craigslist. We started with Craigslist and started continually posting like right there. And at the time you could actually do it for free. And we would just go and post. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. It was just, Facebook didn't come out till what, 2000
fishing forums,
5, 6. Yeah. So I started in Craigslist and I got the idea from there. And then once Facebook set up, it was really cool. And once they set up groups, I would go in, and I'm a big fisherman type of deal.
Mm-hmm. But is most of those the internet chat rooms for the fishing though?
Correct. So there was some old school forums, but Facebook was the main one that we started out doing. So
yes, but I think you got started doing the fishing forums, correct?
Correct. So if Florida Sportsman was a big one, Saltwater Sportsman. Not to get into my whole fishing career, so to speak, but back then they had really old school types of forums.
So this was before 2010.
Way before 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. And we just go in there and here's the thing is here's the big secret everybody wants to understand. I was already a member of these forums because it was my natural hobby. It was my instinct. And I gathered around these people because a lot of them were my friends. And then once you post a few fishing pictures, some techniques, we simply dropped the line in there. Back then, it was so hard to upload a photo. I wouldn't even tell you what we had to do. It was so painful. And it would just pixelate, and you'd come back and load it 10 minutes later. I say, listen, if you guys ever need help with a real estate, just let me know. And it started are you a realtor? I go, no, if you got a problem tenant, if you got a problem house, you need to get sold. Oh, my mom's going into an assisted living facility. My brother needs help. He bought a rental. He doesn't know what he's doing. And that's how I did it. I never went in, and I don't believe in the spam first method. You guys know, the people come into our groups and the initial thing is all they do is try to take. So here's a fundamental lesson I learned old school real estate investing. Whenever you want to network with someone, you have to show them value first. The problem with today's society is everybody wants to take. So any type of these signs you do, you should think people think everyone's a scam artist right off the bat. So how do you counteract that? You provide the value first. You go on the offensive and you just help people out. The best thing you can do right now is join these groups. Now, there's a lot more platforms than Facebook, as you guys know. A lot of the old school forums with the magazines, they're dead, but that's how we started in it. So it derived from Craigslist, and then it went to these private forums. You had fishing, you had boating, you had dogs, pets, and stuff like that. And then Facebook is what really revolutionized it. Here's my big secret. Do it organically. Be part of these groups first, because if you go in and just say, I buy houses, they just click a button and you're out. Nobody wants to work with you because all you want to do is take. And now in 2025, it's worse than I've ever seen. So when we show you these techniques, guys, you have to do some offensive moves to set it up. Anything worthwhile in life, you have to set up. If not, you can go and pay Facebook, and you can pay a ton of money per click, and no one's ever going to notice you. Guys, we do this all the time. Why? Because it works. So if it worked in Craigslist, it worked in the old school forums, it worked in the first days of Facebook. You just have to be proactive about how you do it. You have to have some sort of organic approach, or it doesn't work. Why do you think me and Zach don't do any advertising? Why? Advertising, like, you can introduce your product, but to try to get people to stick to it, you actually have to bring them value first. So take our method, our methodology in wholesaling, and help people out. I always teach you, everything we teach you is about helping people first. So when you go and do this, if you provide value first, they go, oh, he's part of our tribe. Perfect. Then when you go to make your offer, it's not as like, they go, man, that was a little ice cold type of deal. Now I will tell you, you guys know it. Like if you're a fisherman and like you have a fishing community and your buddy's a roofer's a fisherman, he gets the lead automatically. It is no different when it comes to wholesaling. It's the same thing. So just find a way to do that. But like if you're just going to go in and post and do what the modern day wholesaler's doing, that's why most of you fail doing this. Don't you agree?
It happened. So what you basically did was you would go into these forums where you're already friends with all the fishermen, and all the fishermen live in Florida.
Yeah.
And you're just talking about fishing and all that stuff. And like, well, what do you do for a living? Well, I buy houses. 5,000 people see it, and then boom, they get your information from there, right? Same exact thing with these Facebook groups, except these Facebook groups are a lot bigger. And the cool part about it is, what I like about it is like, you probably can't infiltrate a offshore saltwater fishing Facebook group because you probably don't know much about it. Probably not going to be the best. Well, the cool part about it is there's so many niches, and especially they are market specific niches. So if you want to go to the Dallas, Texas bass fishing group and you like bass fishing, those are all going to be people living in Dallas that like fishing. And if you could just post a picture of you of the fish, say, I buy houses cash, that's going to do a lot better, right? I hear people say, go out here and just post, I buy house. Like, it'll never work. And if you go to a Facebook group of like a local group and say, I buy houses cash, Facebook's algorithm is only going to show it to about 30 or 40 people. Well, there's 50,000 people in the group. The algorithm has changed. It's only going to show content that is interesting or that they think is going to be interesting. Let me explain myself. There is a secret to this Facebook algorithm I've been using for about 5 years now, and it works really, really good. See, you get 50,000 people to see your Digital Bandit sign, or 30, depending how you do it. So let me break down exactly my secrets for posting Digital Bandit signs and for you to start doing it. Now, before I do it, I am going to let you know that if you are going to take this information, you're going to have to commit before taking the information. Now, there's two ways to commit when someone does this. You commit by giving me money, or you commit by taking action. I don't want to take your dang money. All right. I make too much money wholesaling real estate. But the one thing I do want you to do is commit to action. So I want everyone in the comments to say, I'm going to commit to be posting 2 Digital Bandit signs a day for the rest of the year. So that's what I'm asking. If you are willing to commit 2 Digital Bandit signs every single day for the rest of the year, I will give the information. If I do not see 50 comments, and then we're going to end the stream. We'll just end it. Okay. So I need 50 people. I need at least 50 people watching this to comment. I'm committing to posting 2 Digital Bandit signs every single day for the rest of the year, because I don't need to give this information out to just people that are quitting and to people that decide not to actually do this. Because if you have no money, here's the thing. You can have 2. It's going to take you 15 minutes a day to do this. 15 minutes a day. That's all I'm asking. 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day is literally all I'm asking you to do. But here's the thing. So many people just refuse to do it. And I hate it that like I want everyone to commit here, but like everyone walks the walk, or they talk the talk. And the reason I'm putting the comments on the screen here is because when we come back for a year, I'm going to be going back, and we're going to go back to this video and see which one of these people are committing to do it or not. And guess what? The people that commit to it, they're going to be posting the checks. I mean, go to freeholding.com right now, go to the testimonial section. You'll see millions of dollars of people posting Digital Bandit signs.
Yeah.
Like, the question here, the question isn't, will it work? Because everyone knows it will work. The question is, are you going to do it? And don't be that guy who's like, open post 30 a day. I'm not asking 30 a day.
Yeah.
I'm not asking 30 a day.
Guys, here's the secret to it. Most of you are enthusiastic about it now, and it is a great technique.
This is where we should take their money because they're so excited.
This is it. So enthusiasm gets people excited. You throw your money at it because you think it's going to solve a problem. But like, here's the problem: is you need discipline. Enthusiasm is not going to make you survive. In fact, the only thing you need, discipline, is not going to reward enthusiasm. It's going to reward consistency. It's boring. It's redundant. And you got to go past this live stream. You got to go past the month, and you got to go past the quarter. You got to do it the entire year.
Alea said, thanks for banning from the Discord. Alea, you were trying to sell a course.
Oops. Oops.
Guys, if you try to monetize our communities and try to take money from them, you just get banned.
Yeah,
that's just an FYI.
Yeah, just read the rules.
Like, if you don't want to be in a community, like we don't try to take money from other people. The only money we take is from JVs, by the way. So you guys can go in here and cry to me. Why did you ban me? We ban people for two reasons. In the
they always
Discord.
get amnesia when they're selling something, right?
I had a guy.
Well, how did I get banned? I
had a guy hop on school and say, why was I banned from Discord? And I'm like, you were making fun of this person by how they looked to their face.
Yeah.
You know, I had one guy who went on this rampage against me, and he posted all this stuff against me. I had actually, let's talk about this I had this one gal. All right. She said, why was I banned from Discord?
No idea.
I said, because you said you were going to unalive me.
Yeah.
She said, what? Oh, I didn't know you saw that. You literally said you were going to hurt me and my family, and you're going to come to my house and end my life. She said, but can I come back in? No. Like, legit, these are the people we ban.
Guys, we do this for free. You want to cross the line? Good luck. Go do all the paid courses. There's a reason you guys are here. Like,
there we go.
And so when you cross that line, like anything else in life, there's going to be a penalty for it. So I love when they get amnesia. You know, there's an entire log of everything you do.
There's
and like,
a whole log on it.
I didn't sell a course. Like, you look right at it. We don't even defend it anymore. We just wipe it out.
I had one guy said, I never sold a course. And I popped up his course like, yeah, I mean, that is my course. But
as soon as you say the word but, we're done. And then you guys think you're slick sliding it in the like DMs. You get ratted out every time. Like, they just screenshot it and they report it. So,
and also, by the way, I was wondering if I can promote a wholesale Discord community. It's free, by the way. I used to do that. I used to say, sure, you can promote your community. And then guess what happened? They'd grow to 1,000 people and then say, okay, now it's a course program. So, guys, the whole, can I promote my YouTube channel on your stuff? That's been gone because the last 5 people I've promoted YouTube channel on, because I thought they were nice people and they're just being nice. Once they hit 500 people, they say, okay, I have a course now. And so I'm not being used for course sales anymore.
Listen, I didn't even sniff a course my first 10 years of wholesaling. And the only reason I ever did marketing courses is because like people like your information is so good, they just monetized me.
Okay, we need 10 more commitments.
And so you got to understand is like, if we just recommitted the entire free wholesaling, we bypassed big fat paydays for the long-term marathon. Why am I going to reward people to go and promote, try to do what we do, and then turn around and sell a course? Like, you just don't align with our crowd. And that's fine, but there's just plenty of paid courses. You go get a coach to coach you and figure it out. But like, we're not going to promote it. So if you come in on a false pretense, understanding it doesn't align with us, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just you got to go somewhere else. And guys, you guys trying to sell a course after like doing 5 deals, like we need to have a talk. You really, really need to get the experience in. And you just got to go out there and do the wholesaling. That's what free wholesaling is designed for. That's what we're here for. So just stop getting amnesia. When you got banned, you did something. Just read the rules and just read aloud which one you violated in your head.
The core part of our community is we don't ask for money. We ask for respect and action.
Yeah.
That's why we are the largest wholesaling real estate community and the most successful by deals done in the community by far. Because we don't try to churn and burn you. That's pretty
And
much
by
it.
us offering the free stuff, you can't get scammed with us. Like
Oh.
if somebody asks you for money, it's a problem. It's always a problem. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
ask you for the other thing, the crypto, it's a real big problem.
Well,
So
you know what's crazy is what I think is the craziest one is this is not distracting.
Instagram's crazy as
What's probably the most crazy to me is how much you guys have changed ever since the last Friday when I took everything away.
Yeah, that was.
And then you guys brought it back. I was literally yesterday. Okay, I'm walking to my boat in the marina, and one of the employee guys, no joke, comes up to me, says, "Oh my God, are you Zach Ginn?" He said, "Zach, I was freaking out, man. I thought you were gonna sell a course."
That was funny.
You did. I said, "There we go." I'm like, hey, you go, bro. It's just kind of funny. But basically, a lot of people are treating the information we're giving out as free. It's not free. There's nothing free about what
There's
I'm
a
doing
price
right
on it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think one person in here would pay me $1,000 for, let's say, an hour of my time to go over their wholesaling business right now? From 1 p.m. to 2:30, do you think someone would pay me at least $1,000 just to coach them if they're making millions of dollars? Just $1,000 for me to go over the business for them? Do you think one person would do that?
Yeah.
Do you guys think I could make about $5,000 on just JVing for an hour by myself? Does anybody here think I could do that? Yeah, I can. I do it a lot. Well, I don't charge people $1,000 an hour for my time because it's worth a lot more, but I could definitely collect a lot of money doing that. So I'm saying no to that so I can go out here for free and teach you. There's a very expensive, okay? Very, very expensive price to the information we give out. And a lot of people treat it like this free thing. And then I said, okay, fine. I'm just going to delete everything out of the course. And you guys said, oh man, I wish I could do it. He's about to charge us for it. I'm going to pay for it. I had a lot of people say, you know what? I'll pay for it. I think his Discord's worth about $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Freelocing.com, I'd pay about $2,000 to get in there. And the crazy part about it is everyone had their wallets ready on Monday and they were ready to pay for it.
Could have had a big payday.
Could have a very payday, 7-figure payday. And I said, no, I'm good. And I gave it back for free. And you guys said, and then you guys are like, oh wow, I should have probably spent a lot. You don't care about anything till it's gone. All right. Remember when they got rid of the Twinkies and everyone went addicted to Twinkies for like a couple weeks, and then now Twinkies are back and no one really cares about it, right? And I just want you to understand this, and I'm saying this legitimately. I'm saying this right now. Whatever I give to you guys and whatever we give, it could be gone tomorrow. Like there could be a day where we decide, you know what? This is all possible. I say, I don't want to be free anymore. I'm gonna charge $8,000 if you want to be in freewholesaling.com. We'll change it to paidwholesaling.com. Why not? And we'll make it $8,000. We'll make it $8,000.
Someone's gonna get that website.
And we'll make the Discord $100 a month. Do you guys think I will not get millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from that? Oh yeah, they'll pay for it. They will. I get DMs every single day. Zach, I will give you $5,000. Mentor me one-on-one. I'm like, that's not worth my money at all. But like, I get asked all the time these opportunities, and I always say no to them. But there could be a day where I do that. I just shut it all off, and I shut the floodgates off. And yeah, half you guys would be mad at me. But think about why you're mad at me. And let's talk about all the hate we got when we shut everything down for the weekend. You saw all the hate comments, right?
Yeah, but
they were insane. But what was the hate really? What was the hate done? What was the hate? The hate was
I knew you'd.
I wasn't taking action.
Yeah.
But now that you turned it away, now I don't have the opportunity to take action.
So here's a reflection. Here's the truth. When people usually hate, it's usually just a reflection of what's going on themselves.
But they were mad because they thought, oh my gosh, I was going to go through the course, but now I can't go through it anymore.
Dude, you had 5 years to rip through it.
And so the hate comments were hilarious. And it was insane to me. And so think about that. If you were really upset that I got rid of all of it, oh no, I knew he was. And then my favorite were And I'm not going to tell you even the text I got or the DMs from real estate wholesaling influencers that I shall never name, that said, I knew you were going to do this. I knew it. I knew it. You were always a sellout. I said, wow.
Yeah.
I said, wow. Huh, interesting.
They didn't get the marketing
but
lesson.
The thing about it is, guys, I can go back and just delete everything. If I delete it once, I can do it again. And I promise you, I can put this all behind a paywall and have a nice payday. And I do not need a live stream anymore. I do not need to make these videos. I do not need to be doing any of this stuff. I could have a little Zoom. I could have like a little Facebook group, you know, charge $8,000, have like 10,000 people go join it, create a sales team and do that. I can do that tomorrow.
Discovery call,
book a call, whatever you want to call. But I choose not to do that. And so please understand the information we give. I'm losing tens of millions of dollars by just deciding to give it out for free. It's crazy. Maybe I should do something. I don't know. Should I do this where it's like, okay, well, I'm 25 now. What if I make a rule at 30? I'm going to start charging. Would that create the biggest bull rush in 5 years of people actually taking? I don't know. I might experiment that. Why not? I know. I'm probably not. But
you could do it. You could do a lifetime program too.
I do a lifetime. How about I make a lifetime program and then I retire in a year?
Yeah.
How about I tell you guys $10,000 lifetime, and then after a year I say, okay, I'm retiring. But you know this guy John Smith? I trained him. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But okay, let's go back into actually how to do it. So now we have a reframe of, oh wow, Zach could actually charge me $8,000 for this, and one day he might. Actually, I'm going to say this. You know, one day I might charge you. Does that actually be like, oh wow, okay, well, he might take it away again. Maybe I'll take it. Maybe let's do that, right? One day I might charge you.
One day.
Does that make you want to actually take this info? Okay, cool. Okay. So how do we post digital bandit signs? All right. Now we reframed like, oh my gosh, Zach might take this away. So let's kind of figure this out. All right. Well, okay. Let's get it started. So how do you post digital bandit signs? Number one, you need to make a Facebook profile. Now, I've seen a lot of Facebook profiles. A lot of them are pretty good. Some of them are insane. The whole selfie in a wife beater while you're all sweaty and looking bad without a smile is not good. The whole Facebook profile of you like this. No.
You look like a stalker.
You look like a stalker.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you need to do is you need to make a Facebook profile, make a new one. I don't make a brand new one, because if you care about what your family thinks, I don't know, whatever. Make a brand new Facebook profile. All right. Your grandma don't see it. And it's you. You're smiling. And guess what? You're going to write on the profile some information. I buy houses cash with a phone number. A little bio, talk about how you like to buy properties in the X amount area and you love to buy houses. And maybe if you are doing wholesaling deals, you can post some properties you have in a contract and you deal with, and happy sellers, buyers, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Make a little profile, okay? Not a Facebook page, but a profile. Clear difference. It does affect the algorithm. Okay, now that, you know, Zach Ginn has the other profile, you know, I buy houses cash with a smile. Okay. Do you guys remember that one time on Christmas where you actually put on a collared shirt and you smiled and you did your hair and you didn't look terrible? Use that one. Okay. And so just make sure you look semi-professional. Okay. It's insane. All right. It is absolutely insane. But the one thing you got to understand is that when that's all set, then we're going to go out here and find big local Facebook groups. This is going to be the really important part. Okay. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Okay. It's absolutely crazy to me that not a lot of people know how to do this. And so I was actually going through some of these Facebook groups, and what I've always found is big local niche groups are always going to be the best. And so I think I've said this before, and let me see how much you guys actually know. Does anybody in here know what is the best Facebook groups to join if you want to do digital bandit signs? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think is the best Facebook groups to join? If you're going to go out here, all right, if you're going to go out here and post digital bandit signs, what is the greatest Facebook groups of any market? Let's do Nashville, Tennessee. What is going to be the best one? Food groups? No. Real estate? Okay. You now want to go into a real estate investing group and say, I buy houses cash. That is a terrible idea.
Wrong one.
Garage sales is good. Okay, Luke's right. Mom groups. Guys, large niched out groups are always the best. So Rick's really good at going to fishing pages, right? Giving some mention going there, right? But like mom groups. So can I join a mom group?
No.
No. Am I going to be ostracized and everything be bad? Yes. Okay. Don't be doing that. If you're a guy, which is going to be 60, 70% of this audience, you can't do it. But if you're a mom, you have an insane advantage because most wholesalers can't do this. And am I going to tell you to make an AI mom and make a fake profile? No, because don't be doing that. That's stupid. But make come play with us says, have your wife do it. That's not a bad idea. Maybe you could have her make a profile. I don't think that's wrong.
No.
Maybe sister. I don't know. Anyone that's a mom. But the thing about it is if you go to mom groups, the Nashville, Tennessee mothers groups, and they're going to ask questions in there. Hey, what's the best place to, what's the best park to bring the kids, right? Any parades for the kids this weekend, right? If you make posts like that, you're instantly going to build great rapport. And moms love moms, right? It's a general trust thing, right? Now, you might be like, well, what do you do as a 25-year-old guy that's not a dad or a mom, right? Well, that's
Tell
fine.
us.
There's plenty of things you can be doing, right? Think about guy groups, okay? What are great local guy groups? First and foremost, and this isn't niche specific, but this does help a lot. So let's say you are going to be going out here and you are looking to wholesale houses in Houston, Texas, right? Houston, Texas, if I go to the Houston, Texas Superfans group, now it might be like, Zach, but that's a sports team. I know my buddy Edward, he lives in Seattle and he's a Houston Texans fan. That is true. But the one thing I will tell you is Houston Texans fans generally have a connection to Houston. Either their family's from there or they grew up there. And so they know people in the area. Generally, if I go to a Facebook Texans Facebook group, I would roughly say about 60%, or I'll say half of them live in Texas. Now, if we did the New England Patriots, everybody knows that a Patriots fan is just, they're not a real fan. They only like to be with winners. They're like Lakers fans or Yankees fans, right? They're not really loyal, right? I grew up, they're winning. They're not choosing local group, right? That's fine, right? But like, if I go to a Patriots fan group, they're not going to, I would say 30% of them, right, are going to be actual like locals. Same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. I would say 25% of Kansas City Chiefs fans are actually in Kansas City. All right. Just the truth. All right. Like I'm a Miami Dolphins fan because I'm in South Florida. Like, I mean, it's pretty simple. But like there's certain groups, like guys, I'll be honest with you. You're not a Miami Dolphins fan because of the winning. All right. Probably because you're from the area. All right. Just an FYI. I'll tell you that hockey groups are a lot more niche. So for example, a Phoenix Coyotes fan is probably from Arizona. And there ain't no bandwagon fans in that area, right? Yep. And so you got the what does he got? You got the Arizona Razorbacks, right? No, not Razorbacks. The Rattlesnakes, the Diamondbacks. Yeah. So like you can do all the sports groups, and the less popular the sport, the more niche out, right? So again, how the United States works, it's basically football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Those are like the hierarchy of popularity, right? And so those are always going to be the best. So big niche groups are the best. And just think of stuff you like, right? Fishing groups are big. There's ponds and fishing kind of everywhere in the country, right? And so you just go through kind of the motions, right? Another one, if you're into cars, is like a car meetup group. So people who, I don't know why, they'll take some old Japanese car and then they'll put, the wheels are like this. Those cars that the wheels are like low to the ground, like they like to mod it out or whatever, right? Those Nissan people, the Honda Civic guys that like to put the massive spoilers in the back, right? You go to those groups, like the Dallas Car Geeks group or whatever, right? You just got to find niche groups and join those groups. And what you're going to do is just find those people. Now, the important part about that is you're going to go in these groups and you should join like hundreds of them, right? Be in the car meetup group. If you own a car, go do it, right? Go find the person who's interested in bird watching. Like, I know this sounds stupid, But the bird watching group for Kansas City, there's probably 30,000 people in there.
Yeah.
Right. And there's all these different groups. And what you're supposed to do is 2 a day. What you're going to do, and you might join 100 groups, so you do 2 a day, right? You kind of alternate between them. You don't be posting the same group every day. That's not going to help. What you're going to do is you're going to warm the group up. Now, it should be specific to the group, but what you want to do is just warm it up. So, for example, if you are in the, I don't know, if you're in the San Antonio bird watching community, what I would tell you to do is try to find a picture of a bird and say, what bird is this? And if you live in San Antonio, right? Like do something that they like, right?
Yep.
And I'm telling you the better. So what I like to do is I like to go for the biggest groups first. So if I go to the San Antonio locals group, I'm going to try to go in there and make a post for the sole purpose of getting as many likes and comments as possible. Now, there are only 2 things that get people riled up on Facebook groups when it comes to something like this. Number 1 is a political post. Don't do that. You're going to have half the people hate you. And as much as I get people like, I will never, those are my values. I'm like, as much as I know your values are cool, I have wholesaled a lot. I've made millions of dollars wholesaling houses to Republicans and wholesaling millions of dollars wholesaling houses to Democrats. It doesn't matter. So don't get political. But the one thing I find people fighting over the most is food. Now, I've said this before, and I'll continue to say this. A lot of you guys don't even know how people fight. Has anybody in here, and I'm just using this as an example, have anyone in here seen 2 overweight Italian men argue over where is the best pizza in the city? I think we all have. Yeah. Okay. They are the most passionate people, Italian American men, about pizza or pasta in their entire life. They are so passionate about who has the best pizza. Oh, Carmelo's has the best pizza. No, Antonio's has the best pizza. They will fight to the death on Facebook, and they'll do 5,000 comments. I don't know why. They both taste the same, but they will fight to the death who has the best pizza. All right? Why. It's hilarious, but it's true. And so I'm telling you right now, if you post who has the best pizza in Nashville, Tennessee, you will find 5,000 people commenting and liking the post. And it's a very viral post. And Facebook's like, wow, this Rick Ginn guy, when he posts in this group, it goes viral. And Facebook just wants they want to show you viral content. And so what they're going to do is they're like, okay, well, next time this Rick Ginn guy posts again, I know he's a viral dude. I'm going to push it out to 30,000 people. Huh, interesting.
Yep.
So you guys got to do it, right? You can do who has the best pizza, the best pasta, the best barbecue, whatever food, that works really well. On top of this too, you can also do other things. Hey, where's the best place to get a tattoo? People get passionate about that stuff too, right?
Yeah, and guys, you can find out trends like
Ask AI.
Yeah, I did a lot in the coral and reefing community. I found out real quickly it was a huge assimilation with like the tattoos. So I quickly identified those 2 groups intertwined together, and you can find similarities. You have to know it to do it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. There's certain groups that will assimilate with other ones, and there's signs all the time that you can find, and you have to observe it. And sometimes you can find trends, but find it. And so if one group that has tattoos that likes a specific type of car, it helps you identify stuff much easier. And you just got to open your eyes and just observe people. After a while, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
So look at this. So for example, I'm just showing some examples, right? This is the Dallas. What group is this? The Stuff to Do in Dallas. So best tattoo artist in Dallas. And they all comment, right? Like that's all you have to do, right? 64 comment, 110 comments. Like it's not that hard. All right. On top of the 2, like what I always just go to every group and just show this as an example, but like best pizza in Dallas. I mean, you got 178 people, and they're all fighting over it. There's always one stupid guy at Little Caesars,
7-Eleven.
But like, go to Deep Eland. Oh, pizza. They all fight to the death here. Okay, they all want to talk about who has the best pizza. I'm telling you right now, this is going to warm up a group so dang fast, guys. If you're in the Houston, Texas one, it's like, who's excited about the new rookie, or whatever, right? It's insane. right? First, it's like, okay, the algorithm's going to like you. And then from there, you hit them with the double whammy, right? After that, you get the semi-viral post going.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wait a day. Okay. It's very important to wait 24 hours. And then you post your digital bandit sign.
Oh, that's going to take patience.
Takes patience.
Guys, anything worthwhile, like you got to put effort into it. And you got to understand, all you're asking for is people's opinions. And if you haven't figured this out by everyone's got one, you just have to incite them. This is a marketing technique. And what you want to do is incite them to give their opinion, because the more opinions put out on the internet, the better your traction, the better it goes viral. And that's the whole goal. Stop posting stuff that you think is going to work and go to the stuff that you know for a fact that you did some research on is going to work. It's not overly complicated. A lot of people have already tested this out for you. And what you and me think's going to work, you got to understand. Just go out and do the stuff that actually works. It'll make a difference.
So let's actually make a digital bandit sign and show you how it works. So guys, let me know in the comments. Let's pick someone. Let's pick a market, and I will show you how to do it. Okay. Let me show you. So she says some of the Facebook groups will kick you out if you're if you do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Come in the comments. Let me show you. Give me a market, and we will make a digital bandit sign there, and we'll pop it up. So comment the market, and we'll go make it right now. So do you recommend local real estate groups? Do not do a local real estate group.
That's not your target audience.
That's not it. Okay.
Guys, we got to use our marketing brains here. So part of the learning process of wholesaling is learning how to master marketing. Just take a clue from us on how we do it. And you just have to learn. Just because you're uncomfortable, that's fine. But you want to learn how to do it.
Let's do Detroit. I'll show you why. Okay. So let's do Detroit. And how am I going to start my digital bandit sign? We're going to use the best dang tool in the world, ChatGPT. Pretty simple, right? So I'm going to do this first and foremost. All right. I'm going to say, make me a post in the Detroit. Let's do this. In the Detroit car meetup group. Asking how this wrap would look on my car, which auto body shop can do this for my ZR1 Corvette. And let me show you why, okay? And then say, now make a ZR1 Corvette with a body wrap that says Zach buys Detroit houses for cash. 313. So the point here is I'm going to the Facebook group of the car meetups.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, hey, I'm thinking about wrapping my Corvette. I need some opinions. And then you're gonna have your mock-up. And then what is the mock-up gonna say? Zach buys Detroit houses for cash.
There you go.
So do you see how we attract more flies with honey than vinegar? So do you remember how Tatiana went out here and said, some of the Facebook groups will kick you out for advertising? How's this advertising?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Also, you can do the whole, I want to wrap my boat.
There you go.
Right? And then they're going to give you opinions like, well, if you're looking to buy houses for cash on the wrap, I don't know if that will be the point is everyone's like, oh, wow, this guy buys houses for cash.
And it gets a ton of exposure. You
know?
get eyeballs on it. That's the whole part. That's the whole point of marketing. It's not who's the coolest. It's who gets the most engagement ethically.
Yeah, to a point. I mean, I get attacked for the bandit comments, and I think they're hilarious.
That's a whole nother
I love
training
bandit
we
comments.
can do that. That's just honestly bandit comments. You just take advantage of lazy wholesalers. That's all you do.
That's
Investors, wholesalers, like guys, the easy button, just so you know, the easy button is just pay someone to do it. But the problem is they're processing thousands of accounts. They're not paying attention. They're just collecting your money. And if they get a few successes out of it, it's easy for them. It's not easy for you. It's actually, we're showing you kind of the hard way, but remember, that is the way to get through it. You try to take all these shortcuts and try to find different ways. I'm just telling you.
And ChatGPT takes forever to get the picture, but they're the best with making photos. So I'm okay waiting like a minute or two. So let me log in on here. Okay. So let me make another mock-up on here. All right. So let's do this. Alrighty. So let's see if it came back. Yeah, it's still processing the image. So that's how you do it from there. So let's see what pops up. I'm pretty excited about it. So I do Miami Heat fans, cash buyer in Orlando. Oh, you got a cash buyer in Orlando. Oh my gosh, why is this thing taking so dang long? Killing me here. Let's see here. Let me try this other AI. Hold on, let's go here. Oops, what did I do here? So let me try. It's actually faster on my phone. I got the plus on my phone, so let's do this.
So, guys, this should stimulate your mind how marketing works. Yes, you can do the advertising route. That's the easiest route. And that is a long-term view out on scaling it. But I've already told you, you pay all the advertising you want for a wholesale deal on Facebook. It's so hit and miss. I don't think it's worth it.
This. It's gonna take. I got the plus on here, so just gave it a second. It should go a little faster. But basically, it really is low hanging fruit. But again, you're only taking 15 minutes a day to do this.
Yeah.
And we've never had the opportunity like now to post pictures like this. Now, I'm telling you right now, do you see how I said, hey, wrap a Corvette? I believe ChatGPT and I believe AI is going to get regulated where you can't do copyrighted images. Like as of this video,
it's the Wild West.
I can have AI create it literally can create a picture of Tom Brady in a New England Patriots uniform with a sign that says, I buy houses cash. Currently, right now, you can do that. I don't think AI is going to let you do that in the next year, probably. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's right if they do that? Probably not.
No, I mean, it's still the Wild West. I'd take full advantage of it. But you have to be very resourceful as a wholesaler. Like, we were never meant to do straight up traditional advertising because we don't have a straight up, like our service, we're looking for a very niche type of seller. So what advertising can work for a realtor, when wholesalers try to apply that same methodology, it's usually disastrous. So back when I started, I was taught, it was called guerrilla marketing. And guerrilla marketing is a kind of a military term. And it's basically when you're outnumbered. God knows we're outnumbered by realtors. So you have to have the approach to appear you're very large and you have a very small presence, but you have to have a very large profile. So in the old school sense, we would take physical bandit signs. Instead of going out and trying to compete somewhere with 5,000 signs, I'd take 10 or 15 signs and I would blitz an area. And I'd put them out and I'd get a few leads. And if it stuck, I would leave them there. If they didn't, I would go pick them up because I was broke. And then I would move them to another area. And after a while, they're like, man, this guy's got like thousands of signs everywhere. Nope. In reality, it was less than 15 signs when I did it. That's guerrilla marketing. And we're taking that same tactic and moving it over to digital bandit signs.
All right. So here's what it looks like. Look at this. So this is pretty crazy. All right, let's go here. Desktop. Here, hold on. I gotta airdrop it.
Airdrop it.
All right, let's see here. Here it is. Where's this dang picture? Oh, here it is. Okay, we got the Corvette wrap. I know it sounds so stupid, but it's look at this. Yeah, look good.
That's cool.
It's got the right number too. It literally does what you ask it. Okay, this sucker sent through. There we go. Cha-ching. All right, let me show you. So here's what it looks like. All right, loading up. There's an issue with your file. Oh, dude, don't do. Okay, we're just gonna do this. There we go. Way easier. Cha-ching. Look at that. Now, of course, it needs to make it look a little better, but like, what's the problem with posting that? Like, of course, it needs to say ZACH, but like, don't you think that's copyrighted to put a Corvette on there? But like, I'm telling you, you make this post, you're going to get people to look at it and be like, wow, interesting.
Yeah, it's
If
Well-
I'm into cars and I like or go to the Corvette fan group, like that's wow,
yeah.
huh?
And you're gonna get such a wide range of comments on it. Like,
Oh,
what-
yeah,
what are
you're
you, an
like,
idiot wrapping a Corvette.
It's such a beautiful car. Why would you do that?
Why don't you
right?
do a magnet instead? and
Yeah,
stuff
you know,
like
but
that.
like that's as long as people are just arguing and this goes to the top of the thing, like, oh wow, this guy's looking to buy houses for cash.
Yep.
Right. And you are just going to get so many people, all right, interested in this. And it's all marketing, guys. At the end of the day, it's all marketing.
That's it.
You can have you could have the Georgia Bulldogs, in Athens, Georgia, right? You can have the Georgia Bulldogs mascot holding a sign that says "We buy houses cash," right? We teach a lot of this stuff in freelisting.com, but like you posting that with what ChatGPT says here, you are going to get a ton of deals. But you have to think outside the box. The problem is most wholesalers can't think outside the box. And have ChatGPT do it. Okay? Got to be AI. Well, the problem is you're thinking about it. Could that be AI? Could it not be AI? You don't know. And I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, you're not going to know if that's AI or not. At all.
It's
But
5
I'm
years,
just
5 months.
telling everybody. I am in all these Facebook groups. I don't see anyone posting stuff like this. I don't see anyone doing it. And I tell you how to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will come out with a course for it.
Oh, there's going to be a crazy course on this, right? But no one's willing to go out here and do stuff like this, right? Someone's telling me use Bing AI. I am not. I just on principle, I don't use Bing. Okay, we'll try it out. Let's try the Bing AI image generator. I doubt this is going to work. Okay, make me a photo of a boat that says Rick buys Virginia Beach houses cash. See, I guarantee the stupid Bing won't do it right because Bing has never done anything right. Oh, I have to sign in.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
you got to
not doing
create an
this.
account. It's fucking,
I don't want to do this.
they're really still old school with their sign in.
Oh my god,
Microsoft.
I hate this so much.
Yeah, you got to get a code.
I'm
We're
not
gonna be
doing
here
this. They want
forever.
a code and they want all this stupid stuff.
Listen, guys, your sky's the limit for your imagination. You can use all these. There's so many tools. Like, don't spend hours doing it. That's the difference. Like, you figure it out, get it done once, and then repeat it and do it over and over. That's the idea here.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's my stupid code. I'm gonna try this Bing though, because I can't say it sucks till I try it. Or
It's true. It could surprise you.
all right, let's see what it says. Let's look what Bing AI is going to tell me right now. I swear, I know I'm going to be disappointed. I can guarantee I'm going to be. Oh wow,
Huh?
eh,
It's not horrible.
it's not horrible. Rick buys. What's the bus?
That's a little
Make me a. Oh wow, that's not a good word.
make me.
Don't say that word. That's not a good word.
Oh wow.
Make me a photo. Yeah, guys, this is terrible AI.
All right, really ad libs, doesn't it? Look, I put a C in the phone number.
Yeah, that's terrible. So yeah, don't be.
I really, it flopped. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's,
that flopped
but
really
I
bad.
tell you, it's a lot better than what I had when I started out. I promise you that. And you would typically have to pay a graphic designer to do all this stuff. It's like once you dial it in, you can just do it over and over again. But remember, you've got to do the right approach. You can't just spam and do your traditional advertising. You guys are going to have to be resourceful.
Oh, that's actually really good. This is Gemini AI. This is Google's AI. I like this. Rick buys Virginia Beach houses cash. It's not bad.
Actually, it looks pretty legit.
And I didn't, but I could have told it like, hey, make a, make like a, I don't know, make like an Everglades boat. Like I could get very specific with it, but like, hey, I'm thinking about wrapping my boat like this. What do you guys think?
And guys, keep in mind, advertising is solely predicated on how many eyes they can put on whatever message you want to get out there. So if I pay someone or I can actually get this traffic on myself, that's why they charge so much to do it. So all these social media companies, all these private advertising companies, you guys got to stop relying 100%. Most of you are starting out with little to no money. So why don't you act like it and get resourceful? Just get the largest presence you can on the smallest budget you can. Because listen, you're all just trying to get a paycheck and get a deal going. We all have to start somewhere. I started this way. Zach started the same way. But after a while, you'll find it's somewhat scalable and you can actually get consistent deals with it. But you have to be consistent. Discipline is only rewarded with consistency. Enthusiasm, it wanes very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think every sales program is based on enthusiasm?
And we're going to have ChatGPT make it. I told ChatGPT, make me a photo of the boat, but